Welcome to another episode of the DI Dads in Progress podcast. We back again.
We back.
Yes, we are.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a long time.
I'm your host with your
It ain't
most
been
today.
that long.
Yeah, I'm the host with the most today. We got
It feel long.
humbly.
Humbly have.
We got Waterhead.
Yeah,
No water today. No
yeah.
water,
No
no
water
watch,
bottles.
no nothing.
Real dry.
We got the lovely Miss Ty.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Hey y'all.
Nice to see y'all. It's been what, 2 months since we?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had our event. We had our S.N.O event. Summer Not Over.
Summer
That
Not
joint
Over.
was
That was nice.
So
popping.
fun. That was so fun. Thanks for everybody that came out,
Yes.
supported. We appreciate y'all for sure. KD, thanks
Yeah.
for
K-
KD
sure.
came
mixing
through.
up.
Yeah.
Mixologist on deck. Made
Getting
sure we was
busy.
nice and lit.
And she was out there on the floor
yeah, the
with
rain
the
was.
mic.
What'd you say?
I said, and she was out there on the floor with the mic, getting the
Oh,
crowd
yeah,
ready
she
and
was
all
the
that.
hostess with the mostest. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The rain was hating on us. That was a bummer for me. I'll be honest, y'all. I was real hyped, excited, looking at the weather like a month in advance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
was
then,
like,
you
they
know-
go rain, they go rain. Then that day.
I know, but it was Hurricane Helene, so I had to really kind of get myself together. Like, it's people that lost their homes,
Oh yeah.
family members and stuff. So
Oh,
I
that's
was
what it
like,
was? It was the
yeah,
hurricane?
it was a hurricane down
okay.
Florida. hmm
And then it didn't rain again. Remember you said
It didn't rain since then. It rained like a couple of days ago,
Yeah.
but since that day it wasn't raining.
At the snow.
We just brought the moisture.
We shut it down right there.
Yeah.
After that.
Shut the rain down. You know what I mean? That's what we do.
Yeah.
But we entering the cold season and we'll be back recording
Mhm.
every month almost.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah,
Our goal
yeah,
is
sure.
to be consistent.
When y'all
every
recording
month.
again? When y'all recording again? We back to recording. The event's still coming now. We got something.
Mm-hmm.
We got something coming.
We got something.
I'm always excited about the event.
I like the events, man. That's a favorite part about the
Because Head be the promoter. Like Head be
Jakey promote him, Ice Cube.
have always excited, but we got something. It should be when y'all hear this, it should be an announcement coming up soon.
Very soon. We're gonna get that out there quick. We're gonna get y'all ready. We need y'all to buy them tickets.
They got me working, y'all. They always got me busy. Like
Well, you-
set, offset. Like
You just was on
hey.
vacation in the motherland and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
Get back to work,
Yeah,
baby.
it's
Listen,
time to-
that wasn't.
If y'all want to know why y'all ain't seen us in a while, this why.
Ty
Somebody was
at-
out the
Ty was
country.
in Africa for the whole 2 months that we was missing.
Yeah, she left the night of the party
I was
and never.
yo. What you
that.
mean? I went with you to an after party,
And then you was gone.
No, that's not true, yo. I
Flight
did
from
not
the
dip
after
out, and I
party.
was not in South Africa for 2 months. It was
Wait,
just
y'all went
1
to an
month.
after
Okay,
party?
it's like no. What you
Y'all
say?
left me?
We did go somewhere. You knew we were.
You knew we was
You knew
going.
we was-
I
You
just
went
wanted
home.
to start some shit.
Yeah, we'll keep that off camera. You knew we was going. Yeah, but yeah. Again, thank y'all for coming. That was a good time.
Yeah.
That was real fun.
But how y'all feel? Let's start with something that's that's been going on in current. Like how y'all feel about the election and stuff like that. I know it ain't go the way we wanted to go.
It ain't go the way we wanted to go, but it went the way I thought it was gonna go. If that makes
Really?
sense, yeah. I didn't think I just felt like they wasn't gonna let a woman win, no matter what. Now Trump, whatever, but I just felt like they wasn't gonna let Kamala win, no matter what.
Yeah, that's interesting because I honestly feel like I underestimated Trump. Like I remember my mom was like very up to date on the news and was telling me what's going on with him, and I was like, Mom, he's not going to win. Like,
Right.
why are you telling me this? Like, so I had to apologize to her. I was like, Mom, I feel like I was being so dismissive, and I really maybe I just didn't want to believe it. Because I just felt like how could he win? Like after
Right.
everything that has happened,
After all the
everything,
dumb shit he
January
was saying.
6th, COVID,
Right.
what he said about people of color. Like I just felt like there was no possible way he could win, but
Right.
obviously I was wrong. So, I needed to take a moment, get my thoughts and feelings together. But I said, you know what, God has a plan and I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna just, try to stay positive, do what I could do and keep it moving. Cause
Right.
if you really think about it and get down about it, you just be in another place mentally. So
Yeah, I mean it's people don't look at it now, but it's 4 years, and that's what every cycle of
well, we
election.
hope it's gonna be 4 years.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
'cause he
some
talking
people.
some-
He on his dictator type time. Like
I think what we saw with this election is like people just like I think on both sides of it, people was just trying to revoke the fear out of people. And I don't think things can be as bad as or as bad on either side.
I mean, do you know about Hitler and have you?
Yeah, I understand that.
But
I
you
understand that.
did you
Yeah.
really learn how he came to be?
Yeah, I know that too, but I don't think things can get but so bad. Like we not in,
Well, I love
we not
the
in a time we
optimism.
not in a time where it's like we're like what the kids say. He was like, I ain't going back to like slavery. I got my switchy on me now. Like, so it's like only so much people can do. It's just a shift of power. It actually showed me how divided this country really still is.
For sure.
Like, yeah.
Right.
And how people love to. And I don't think it's really politics though, because when you like boil down a lot of it, it's not politics because it seemed more of like a racial thing. That's what it
For
kind of
sure,
that's
yeah.
what it kind of felt like.
Yeah, but politics is the only way you can like legally like
Yeah.
you know what I'm trying to say? Especially
Yeah.
when you have a candidate like Trump who
Yeah.
brings the worst out of people. People that really feel that way is like, yes, like I get to put this on full display.
Yeah.
But
I
this
can't
ain't
hide it no more.
this ain't really new. It's the same thing he did before. He ran the same way, and it showed the whole divide in the country back then
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of things happened over those 4 years.
Yeah,
where
a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
like
just-
so many
yeah.
sorry to cut you off, but they're like so many different people like of color though. Like what he said about Asian people and the Kung flu and how
Yeah.
they had all those
Right.
attacks against them because now people feel like, oh well, Trump said they the reason for it, so I could attack. You know what I'm trying
I
to
think
say?
I don't
And
think he know the like the well maybe he
He
well
does
aware of
know.
it,
He
but
does
like
know.
you just revoke I mean it just
hate.
it just
It's just hate.
it's just
hate,
bring
yeah.
unrest and unsettle between
for
people.
sure, yes, and he likes that.
But I want to know what politics look like once he's gone. Like, does it get back to like I saw the clip of like when Obama was running against Mitt Romney, and they like this was more appropriate like than what we've been dealing with the slander and throwing people name and just disregard of like any type of like class in it.
Yeah,
And
like
it's
humility
like,
and humanity, like
Yeah,
being nice to
exactly.
your neighbor, like,
Yeah.
and that's why I think I underestimated that he could
Yeah.
win because I was like, there's no way after everything that it's still people that want this, especially after January 6th. Like we all was at home watching what happened,
Yeah.
and I remember being in shock, like this can't be real because
Yeah.
we know if these people were a different color, it wouldn't be no broadcast. It would just be body
I was about
bags,
to say, they been
and they gonna have to
shooting
cut the
down.
cameras. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with it. I hope everybody is coping well. Those that really are fearful, you know what I'm saying, and like worried. I hope that they expressing how they feel because it's real. I mean, that's our lives. We don't know what's about to happen. I mean, look at abortion laws. What else? The Project 2025, Department of Education, funding for the schools, taking history books, certain ones out of the schools so certain things are not known to these kids nowadays. So like it could get real hectic, So
I just seen the other day he said he was giving reparation to white people.
Yeah, I saw
see
that.
that?
Yeah,
was
it
that
like,
real?
He
It
really
was.
said-
It
he
was.
said it, but I
It
don't
was a way of like I think people rephrased it as that, but it was like saying like when you make quote unquote Americans feel like isolated from things when you start talking to diversity and equity and inclusion. When you talking that and you talking about making groups, subgroups, and people to make the majority feel less. He talking about going after these schools who endowment is what they depend on and like exalting all the endowments. Like when he talked about like HBCUs not accepting certain people
Right.
that's white and stuff like that. And they can go after all your reserve money you have in your school
But
and
that's
take all
not
of
true
it.
though. HBCUs can't deny.
Well, that's his own, I don't half of the stuff it ain't. I think
that's not
I think-
true that he say anyway, right?
Yeah, I think we need to reshape what politics look like because it's right now we live in a world where it's too much of you got to be on this side or that
Or
side,
that side, yeah.
and there's no real middle ground because I don't agree with everything Democrats say
Right,
as
right.
well.
Yeah.
And it's like no space for that. It's like you got to all be on this side,
Yeah,
you got to
I
all be on
agree.
that side,
I
and they don't want the middle to exist.
I agree.
And I think we do have to reshape that. But it's politics. The world, like what they said, God is your ultimate president. So if you
Absolutely.
pray and stuff
Amen.
like that, yeah.
Amen.
King of Kings and Lord of Lords.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's why for me, I had to really get my feelings in check. Obviously my feelings were understandable, but I had to say,
But I
I
think a
know
lot
who I
of
serve. So
I think both sides set like a little bit of fear in where it's like we think that like, you know, if Republicans win, you going back to the plantation, and they think that if Democrats win, everybody that's poor gonna be rich and everybody that's rich gonna be
yeah,
poor and
right.
stuff
And
like
we're
that. I think they feed
illegals
off of
get to
that.
come
Yeah.
into the country for
Yeah,
free,
yeah.
and
And they eat the
yeah.
cats and stuff like that. So I think it's a fear set in
Oh,
the general
absolutely,
public
yeah.
on both sides of the coin. That's how I feel.
But some of the fear is justified because
Yeah,
it's
that's
not made
true.
up. These people said
It's
this
just
on
that's what you
camera.
said,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
I'm not
Yeah,
just
stuff that's
telling you to be
documented.
fearful.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
you can go and search that they said this. This was a
Exactly.
part of their
Exactly.
campaign's, speech.
Right.
So like that's different because it's not like a projected fear. This is real. These people are saying this stuff.
Right.
Like they're blatantly lying and trying to make it seem like it's the truth. Like that's dangerous. And that's the thing with Trump and all of them that really bothers me. Like when people choose to lie and they really want to gaslight you so that you think the truth is the lie and the lie is the truth, like that gets real dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they could just make up stuff and be like, oh yeah, we made that up. Like what?
Well, I saw that too. That like now when you can like fact check in real time, they
Oh,
say like
yeah,
a lot
like
of
on a
people just be
debate.
like lying.
Oh,
Like they
the
literally
time.
just be lying the whole time, and it's just like
Well, you seen that on the debate. Like he was.
yeah. Like,
Most of the stuff he was saying was lies.
Just lying.
Yeah.
but how y'all feel about the it's getting dark now. It's getting colder. Last week it was just like 80 degrees.
chilly
Now
right
it's
now.
cold.
Yo, not to date this, but today
It really was like
it was cool. I stepped out the car. I was like, yeah, I'm about to go get my jacket.
With the
not
sun,
a jacket, your coat.
No, my coat, my coat for real.
With the-
the
with
cold
bubble.
weather.
Just
The
like
sun
you
going
came
down.
in.
right? The sun going down there like what 6 now?
Like
Five.
5. That's
4:45, 5 o'clock.
Nutty.
So yeah, no, I mean, we talked about this a little bit. And we posted that, or you posted it
Yeah.
on Discourse.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Discourse a little bit later, maybe.
Yeah.
Gotta get into that.
Yeah, we gotta get into that.
So I think I realized a few years ago, around like September to December, I'm a little different.
Mhm.
And at first, of course, I didn't really know what it was. But then, as more information comes out, and obviously I'm a registered nurse, so there's things that I may think don't impact me or won't impact me, or maybe I'm thinking of something else, but I found out or kind of understood the seasonal affective disorder or depression, whichever word you want to use. But essentially it's the same thing where because of the sun going down much earlier and our days are shorter, it's colder, our
Mood.
brain chemistry and things can change,
Right.
That's something that I really want to talk about a little later, especially with Black people, the importance of like vitamin D and making sure we get our vitamin D levels checked, because the sun gives us vitamin D. So by the sun not being out as much, we're not absorbing it as much. So vitamin D can cause depression symptoms and fatigue and headaches and things that you might think like, oh, I'm depressed. But no, it's actually your vitamin D is low. So that's something. And then for us that are a little brown to dark skin, we
Right.
don't get as much sun anyway. Like we can't absorb as much because of our melanin. So saying that to say, it's important that we all check in with ourselves during the fall and winter months. And if we notice that we tend to be a little more down, emotional, crying a lot, maybe not sleeping well, not eating well, we should go talk to our doctors about it, or our therapist or whoever. But definitely make sure it's a health, are you getting your blood work and stuff done, so to make sure it's not like a health problem. Have y'all noticed changes within yourselves like during the fall, winter months?
I was about to say, like, I didn't pay attention to it until like we started talking about it, but like around like the holidays, Christmas time and stuff like that, I get real down for some reason. Like even hearing Christmas music, like the other day I heard some shit and I was like sad instantly.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, it's like, yo, for some reason, it's been like that for years. Like, because I remember I used to work at the post office, and you know how they had a music playing in the little CD or whatever playing around Christmas
Turn
time.
this
They had
shit
a,
off.
yeah, they had a Christmas joint. And I used to be doing my mail just sad, like sad as hell.
Yeah.
And it's been like that for a while, and I never knew it was. I just brushed it off.
Wow.
Like maybe it's just something about the holidays just make me sad. And Christmas is like one of my favorite holidays. I
Yeah.
don't know why.
And I was
but
just about
really
to
be
ask, did
sad.
something happen? Not that you gotta share it, but do you can you recall something happening from childhood or something around Christmas?
I can't.
Oh wow.
Only thing I could think of, not because you're, only thing I could think of is my grandma passed, and she was like the pillar of our family. Whatever. Her birthday is the next day. It's December 26th. So it could be that.
Wow.
But I'm not sure. But for sure, every Christmas around the time, like even then, like I said, if I hear music, Christmas music, I immediately be like
Down a little bit.
down.
Yeah. I think that's what it is, because those holidays that's coming up are tied into like family. And they kind of lean on your heart when you missing pieces of your family and stuff like that.
Especially
might
like
be what it
central
is.
pieces.
Like Thanksgiving and Christmas and stuff like that. And like I think one of the biggest things about that, like with sad and stuff like that, is being able to recognize it, like knowing that like you going through it.
Oh, absolutely.
And knowing that you okay. Like I had to tell myself, because I was going into work, especially when we used to work at, like you'll go in, don't see the sun all day and come out and it's still dark.
don't see the
yeah,
it's
you
dark
like-
again. Yeah.
and you just
Wow.
you already on this gerbil, like hamster wheel,
Yeah,
where your
yep,
life
entirely,
is just
yep. Same thing every day.
Same thing every day. We get up, we go to work, we come home, we eat, go back and do it again.
Repeat.
But then when you don't get the days where you get to see the sun and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and it's getting colder, and then you start to look like, damn, I gotta get me some fall clothes. I need to get this, and all the things start to add up.
Right.
And everything start knocking at your door as far as like, oh, Thanksgiving is 2 weeks from now. Christmas is 4 weeks from now. I mean, 6 weeks from now. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then what people don't talk about too is that from September to December is when everybody start reflecting and saying, this year almost over.
Yeah.
So and then you sitting in your head saying like, damn, what did I accomplish this year?
What did I do? Yeah.
So all that mixed in, and it
It's
gives
a
you
lot.
it's a lot of perspective it puts you in. And like it ain't easy for everybody, but some of you got like, all right, whatever. Whatever I didn't accomplish this year, I'm gonna try that next year. Yeah.
right.
You gotta stay encouraged about a lot of that stuff, because it's easy to get down. Like it's easy to get down.
Oh, it's always gonna be a reason to get down.
Yeah,
and that's why like us talking about it, I think is really good. You know, for you to say you notice every year around this time, but now it may be that, it may not, but at least it's like, I feel like, of course, with everything or with an awareness, now you know how to tackle it better. Like the fact that I noticed that a few years ago, you know, I make sure my therapy appointments are scheduled. You know, I make sure I'm checking on my vitamin D levels, you know, that I'm taking my supplements if I need to, or making sure I'm eating more foods that's higher in vitamin D. You know, of course, you know, it's time people get sick, so you need to just take your vitamin C. Like, you just need to be taking your vitamins, you know, and cover yourself on all bases. And people don't understand. And again, this is where I want to bring in my nursing, like your electrolytes, your magnesiums, and also your vitamins. Like when you're deficient and low in those, it really does impact other systems like your mental health and stuff. So like, of course, you know, make sure you're tuning into how you feel, but make sure you're also going to your doctor to make sure it's not a health reason that's contributing to you not feeling quite like yourself.
And with men, we just put our head down a lot of times.
Oh yeah, y'all just
and just think like,
handle your business.
Just we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
For
shake
sure,
it off,
that's
shake
me,
it
for
off,
sure.
or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, but you gotta think like y'all can't take care of your kids and families if y'all don't take care of yourselves first. So
and being just proactive about the situation. Like if you know the time coming around, you know that you might be drained and all that. Go find you some friends. You know, hang out. Be proactive about it. Like, you know what? I am going to make a list for things that I'm going to do that I want to accomplish next year, since I didn't get to them this year. But you know, people, I think we harp on our mental health like being drained, but we never like pour back in it, like fixing it and rebuilding it. Like, you know, so sometimes you gotta instead of take all those negatives and trying to like, all right, what am I going to do to be proactive about it and change it and hopefully do better? Because if you just soak in it, you'll just feel bad.
You're just gonna keep going down that slippery slope. But I think it's important again that we're talking about it, especially y'all as men and as Black men. Like, it's important for us to, in general, talk about mental health and therapy within our community, because we know we've been shortchanged in a lot of areas, whether it be education and resources. You know, so I think us talking about it and our experiences with it, hopefully, is reaching somebody else to be like, wow, you know what, I do struggle with that. It's not just me, and there's nothing wrong with me. You know, so talking about it, bringing awareness to it, as well as giving resources. Like I mentioned, go see your primary doctor, go get a therapist, get a wellness coach if you need one, you know, do what you need to do. Have like a little toolbox for your mental health. Listen, if you know you like the color or do things that you used to do in your childhood that kind of just bring you joy, like do that little stuff that you might be like, I'm too old to be
That's the
doing
thing.
crossword puzzles.
And I think it's even rough for men. Men, like, you feel like I collect cards, and that's something some people be looking at you like, yo, you a weirdo for doing that. Like, you get real, like, it's hard for men to do
I know
things
what you're
that,
saying.
like, it's like, what
Because
are
it's
you
like a
doing?
lot of judgment
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But it's like,
if
this
you
is what
call it-
brings me joy.
Right,
And that's the
exactly.
explanation, right? It brings me joy. Because
Right.
what can you say to that? If somebody's like, it
Exactly.
brings me joy.
Exactly.
It's like, whoa, well, what bring me joy?
Right,
Now I want to
exactly.
know.
Now I wanna know
You
what
know
bring
what
me
I'm
joy.
saying? Like,
Even with like men being on like video games a lot, they be like, "Oh, you be on that game too
yeah.
much." But if you find joy in it, and that's where you get your escape from, it's just like picking up a good book.
yeah,
Like
you just
gotta
get
find,
lost.
yeah. You gotta find what make you happy and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I find joy in sitting on the couch,
Yeah,
watching
like
TV.
a good show.
Yeah, whatever it is for you. But
Yeah,
also, like,
for
don't
sure.
be afraid to like explore or go back to your childhood.
No, for
if
sure.
you knew as a kid,
If that's what you like to
you
do,
like
when you was
collecting
younger,
cards or
exactly.
I don't know, playing Pokemon. Is that still a
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
I don't know. You know,
My
whatever
little
it
cousin and them, they
is.
still play Yu-Gi-Oh and all that. I be looking
Yeah,
at them like,
like-
fuck crazy, but
But
that's
you
what he like to
get
do.
on that joint and start playing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna be trying to take it from you. Like, yo, I thought you ain't want to play this game.
You can't ever be mad at somebody for being genuinely who they are. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
for
nah,
sure.
that's real.
I
That's
I can
real.
respect that more than anything.
I'd rather that. Be who you are.
But
Don't
we
try
know
to be
in this
nobody
culture,
else.
social media and all of that, everybody gotta look the same, do the same, be at the same spots,
Yeah,
listen to the same music. Like,
That's what I was just thinking. I was like, what's gonna be the drink next year? Because everybody doing the Don Julio now. It was Casamigo before that. And
Right.
Then it was Henny.
Henny.
Now Henny out of style again. Like, what happened? Then it was the
Henny
white
always
Henny. Remember
come
the white
back,
Henny?
yeah.
oh
They
yeah,
was
you
trying
can
to
only
resell
get that.
it. Yeah.
You can only get that out the country, right?
Yeah, they was trying to resell
You had to
it
get
like
that
it was
joint from
like
the duty
Gucci or
free.
something. Yeah.
Had to break like, all right, did you cash at me your money? Because I ain't get your money and I'm about to get on the plane.
I want
Like,
$200 for this joint. They only sell it. It ain't even that good. Like,
It wasn't even, that's what I said. Like, yeah, when I had it, I'm
they was
like,
charging $200 for them joints. Yeah,
never
yeah.
buying this again. Y'all can
but
have
y'all
that.
know it's the fact that it was exclusive.
That's
what it was,
You
yeah.
couldn't get it in the States.
I'm just want to know
and-
what's gonna be the next thing next year. Like, cause everybody
Who
on this
knows?
Don Julio now.
Don Julio.
Listen, it might be. Have y'all like heard of? Me and KD was talking about this. Shout out to KD. The rise of like non-alcoholic beverages. Have y'all
non-alcoholic.
non-alcoholic?
Well, that's
but
always been a thing in like Caucasian community. I think it's just getting to us.
yeah,
White people love them what they call them, a near beer or something like that.
Oh, I ain't never heard about a near
They
beer.
call them like
but
near
yeah,
beer.
it's like a non-alcoholic beer. They got wine, but they also have spirits, like a non-alcoholic tequila. And the point of it is, as people want to become more health and wellness conscious, in social settings, especially if you've been a drinker,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
people like, it's just a whole thing if you say I'm not drinking, and then your
Then you
friends
open
be
up all
trying,
these
oh,
questions.
nah,
Yeah.
and you be like, yo, I'm not
Yeah,
drinking. Like, is it
yeah.
okay if I don't drink? So with these non-alcoholic beverage options,
Yeah.
you can still look like you have a drink, like a beer, wine, even they call them mocktails. It's like a
Yeah,
I
cocktail,
heard
but
about that,
and it looked like you drinking, but you're not.
What they taste like though?
Some of them, like I know.
I mean,
beers,
just a regular,
Yeah.
Yeah.
regular,
okay.
KD
Some of the
said it
beers
tastes
be like
good.
the hops, but they don't be actually like the alcohol or something like that. Something. I
Yeah,
heard.
the beer be looking like real beer. Got
Then
the
I hear people like
bubbles and everything.
They like alcohol with water, like instead of mixing drinks, just like vodka and water.
I've heard
And
of
they
that.
said, and it'll like keep you. Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy, but I never. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to
I
KD.
want-
You
yeah, I
got
want to try
KD
that.
off the can.
Yeah,
She
KD.
Oh, that's
come,
KD
come
in the
real,
background,
KD,
by the
come
way.
on real quicker now. You chilling? Just for a second, because we
on.
talking about the non-alcoholic beer or whatever.
That's
and
KD, our star
Yeah, we got
tender,
KD
our
coming on real
partner.
quick.
You know what
Let's
I'm
see
saying?
if that mic gonna work. But you mentioned what the next thing is gonna be. So I was like, well, maybe it'll be like a non-alcoholic beer. Say something, KD. See if
What's up?
Oh yeah. So tell us about
Well, let KD tell about your event coming up.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
Hey
yeah.
y'all, what's up? What's up, y'all?
Hey
Yeah,
KD.
My name is KD. I have an event coming up on December 8th for the community of Southwest and West Philadelphia. I've been giving back to the community and kind of like building this nonprofit and this whole entity of like a safe space. So I started it in 2020, and the event is going to be on December 8th. I never did anything in my community. I've been doing it.
Yes, you have.
I mean, in my actual
Oh,
home
okay.
community, like where
Gotcha.
I
I'm
come
like, like
from.
you be in Love Park all the time. Like
Actually, like where I come from. So just doing the
West Philly
research.
all day.
Yes, doing the research
relax,
around in my neighborhood and just hearing certain things. Like we have a lot of people in like at the base of where you come from that's in need of certain things
Yeah,
and in need of homing, in need of education, jobs, and different resources. So being as though that I started in 2020 and this is the 4th year, I said, hey, I'm gonna start doing work in my community. And I came up with some goals, and it was just like a vision one day, and I said I'm gonna do some stuff in my community. So I'm doing at Malcolm X Park on 52nd and Larchwood,
52nd Street all day. Deuce.
That's what y'all
the
do.
Deuce.
Yeah, Malcolm X.
Oh, I never did that.
See, she don't even know. She don't even know. Yeah. That's because she not from there. That's why she not from there.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm doing it on December 8th at 2:00. We're gonna get
come
out there
through,
at
y'all.
1:30.
You can
And what about
donate.
donations?
Donations.
Tell them
So
about the
donations
donation.
right now we're accepting as far as clothing, gently used clothing, gently used shoes, jackets, blankets, socks, light
Water,
jackets,
cases of water.
hats, scullies, gloves, scarves, pillows,
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever y'all got.
toiletries, anything that you could think of, pretty much. I'm accepting it, and donations is ran up until December 1st.
December 1st,
And I'm really happy right now because the donations. I'm not gonna say happy right now because every time I do it, the donations outpour. But
Yeah.
pretty much every day I've been moving.
You've been getting
yes,
stuff,
I've been
bro?
moving
Yeah,
and
we
shaking.
didn't even talk about that.
Yes,
Yeah,
what's
wow.
up.
No, that's what's
And
up.
donations.
Yeah, KD is extremely passionate about our community. You know, the homeless, the formerly incarcerated, the youth. Just very extremely passionate. Be Free. Did you talk about Be Free a little bit?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so briefly touch on Be Free.
So,
'cause
yes.
it's tied into the Give Back.
Right. So the entity that I'm building, the safe space that I'm building for people is called Be Free. I got the sweatshirt on today.
Got her merch on, y'all.
That's that. And Be Free is basically for people to get free, right? And however you envision that self for yourself.
Right.
Pretty much like if you want to get free of and work on your mental health, if you've been incarcerated and you're trying to be rehabbed back into your community, right? We got resources for that, like getting your trades, getting your GED, going back to work. I think that's a process for people. I think
Absolutely.
learning how to work a
Transition.
computer, transition,
Absolutely, yeah.
learning how to fill out an application, learning how to talk to people, and just
Feel
being in an
comfortable,
environment and
yeah.
sitting on the couch with somebody. I think
Right,
that's
right.
needed, and just being there for people. So I believe
Absolutely,
when
yeah.
you love on people, give them time, and support them, you see people flourish in many different
Absolutely.
ways.
Absolutely.
So that's towards your
Yeah.
health and wellness part.
Yes,
the nursing
absolutely.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Make sure
wow.
you tell them where they can donate and everything, like how they hit you up. if they
Right.
wanna
So
donate.
We'll put
my
it in the-
Instagram
go
is
ahead. Go ahead.
Be Free KD. My contact is 610-653-5969. And on the flyer on the Instagram, it's pretty much everything is on there. How to contact me, how to reach me, where you can meet me,
Yeah, the drop
what you
offs
could
and everything,
donate.
yeah.
Right.
And then also Be Free has a page too. I actually need to start popping
yeah.
that off. It's called Be Free Safe Space on IG.
Okay. All
We
right.
will
Yeah.
be
We definitely
reposting the
gonna be,
flyer.
posting the flyer.
on-
We'll put it in the description of this episode, and we got like more stuff coming up with KD when
Yeah,
KD
we
be
do.
on here.
We
Yeah,
excited.
I'm excited.
She part of the team,
Yeah.
y'all. Good.
She is. She good
Welcome,
people.
KD.
That's when
everybody.
we like when we talked about discourse and a lot of things like that. KD gonna be doing a lot of
Oh
things. for
yeah.
that,
Well, that's the perfect segue. Let's talk
Yeah.
about Discourse.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
But you know, we as y'all seen the rollout for Instagram and stuff like that. Discourse is just a
It's not just anything.
not
It's
just
a.
yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't minimize it.
All right.
That's your vision. Talk about your
That's
vision.
just
Discourse
Come
is
on.
is the parent company of what all everything we doing gonna reside under.
Yeah, reside under Discourse,
So
yeah.
everything will reside under the Discourse Media Company, and as we roll it out, we'll bring in more contributors and creators.
Creators, yeah.
And everybody will have a safe space to grow out there, and we gonna lean on each other in different aspects. Like the Dip want to do more give back things, and we gonna reach out with KD to do things.
Absolutely.
Ty be helping us not only just on the Dip thing, but what she doing with her health and wellness, and we're gonna tie that together. So when you hear some of these conversations with us, like take your B plus, your vitamins and stuff like that. When we just talk from our perspective, it's not just a man's perspective. And then just a lot of things we doing with Hev, trying to work out Hev doing his own thing, and we want to add sports, we want to add culture. We got Nick doing wrestling and sports and stuff like that. And we just want to build out an umbrella and create a safe space. So when you see people, it's more avenues and more additions to this, more branches to this tree.
Right.
Yeah.
So tell the viewers or listeners rather, when you thought about Discourse, what was your vision for it? Like, what inspired you to come up with the vision, and what was your vision for it?
So this was a conversation me and Have had a couple times. That like, we need to like branch out and create a community. Yeah, a big hub for everything. Because we know a lot of people. We have done a lot of guest appearances, and we had a lot of people on here before. So we wanted to bring in the people that's been extended family to us and make them family, and just go from there. That's how we meet KD. That's how Todd came a part of this. Have, and everybody's just been an addition. And we had so many people that we reach out and we gravitate to, and it's like, instead of everybody trying to get to the quote unquote finish line in their own lane, let's kind of merge things. So that's the goal. It's going to keep evolving. Hopefully 2025 will be a bigger year.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And we also we always looking for more creators, but you have to be serious. We don't want you don't want to come around and you halfway in it. Like,
right, exactly.
We want everybody to be full.
That's the biggest thing, is the dedication.
Dedication. We need dedicated people. For sure.
Right. I mean, because we talk about this all the time. Like, it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? When you have a vision, you're not going to see the finished product
in the beginning. Right?
You know, and if you are a believer, the Lord is not going to give you the finished product. It takes the faith. It takes the actions. Because
things evolve over time.
Yeah. I mean, but we sometimes when we have new ideas, we want to just be validated in it, and we want to make sure, is this a good idea? And when we see the success of it, we know it's successful, versus like sticking through it when, you got to fund it with your own money. You got to do things on your own versus it being done for you. Because obviously that would be the goal for us to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So just saying that to say, well, all of the creators that we want to join Discourse, it's going to take some work and some dedication, but if you're really motivated and you want to get your message out there, you feel like you have something of value to offer, not only to Discourse, but to the world, we want you to DM us, leave a comment, whatever, you feel most comfortable doing.
Right.
Because again, for us, it's not about the numbers, it's about the impact. It's not about social media. Of course, we need certain things to market ourselves to reach the people, but it's not about the numbers or, just looking the part. We really want to change some lives.
Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, it'll be more to it if you want to just get back to.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, we had KD up here, right? So it just was a perfect segue
exactly.
from everything into Discourse. But yeah, KD, thanks for coming through.
No,
we really looking forward to seeing more of you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all
On this set.
I'm around.
Yes. KD always showing up.
Yeah, if you came to the S.N.O event, you definitely saw KD.
Oh, yes, you saw and heard her.
Yeah. And that was dope though. Like, I mean, that's half the battle. You ask people, they want to put their hands in, and they go all the way in. They put their hands in.
Oh, yeah, they show up.
Yeah, so that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But let's get on some topics. We was talking about, this was a conversation I think we had. It was just about being a single parent in a relationship. Like being single, being with somebody and together, but also being shouldering most of the weight of parenting on your own. When you hear that, what do you think of when you say like single parent in a relationship?
I mean, I had this discussion in my household a lot because, again, my lady, she has a daughter that's not with me. So a lot of times she feels as though she's like, not to say she's a single parent, but she has to do most of the stuff on her own. And on my end, I understand, but there's a lot of stuff like, as far as me, like I can't do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. So like, for instance, like getting her up and getting her ready for school like that. It's a young woman. It's a lot of like, you know what I'm saying? It's a young lady. So it's not like I can go get her dressed or get her put in the shower and stuff like that. So it's stuff that I can't do. Like the stuff that I can do, I'll pick her up. I only picked her up one time, but like if I can, I'll pick her up. Like
if you need me to.
But that was a little experience. I didn't even see the little girl. She was right next to me. I was like, where's she at? Yeah. But anyway, like, so, like it's stuff that that I can't do because it was crazy because it's not my kid or whatever the case may be. But the stuff that I can do, like if I'm off, and she off of school, I'll watch her and stuff.
Right.
Like,
Exactly.
I try to help out. Ty is cracking up.
No, that's how I was like that. No,
They probably was like, nah, he not taking her because like,
Listen, it was crazy.
Is he really who he says
No, I
he
did
is?
that. When you go to a different school and you see all them kids,
But his
everybody
name-
start
It was
looking
all
the
these
same.
kids. No, let me tell the story.
Please tell the story. I'm sorry, yo.
It's a designated line for them to be. I'm in the line. She not there. I'm like, yo, I'm on FaceTime with my lady.
Okay.
I'm like, yo, she not in the line. I don't see where she at. Like, I'm looking for her. I'm looking at all the kids that came out. She see her before I see her. She right under, like right next to me. I never seen her.
Wow.
I'm like, yo, she not here. She right there in front of you. I'm like,
It's like a blur.
And
It'd
she
be a
saw
blur
her
when you
through
see
the,
all
through the
them
camera,
kids.
through the. Okay,
It was
she a real
stressing me
mother.
out.
She was like, my baby right there.
She seen it through the FaceTime or whatever the case may be.
That's
I picked up my nephew was like that. I was like, I don't know who these kids is. And if he didn't have that big ass bright red jacket on, I wouldn't even know it was him.
Thing I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking for. Like, all right, I know her jacket is pink.
got you. Yeah.
And I know it's like a bubble. All right, I'm looking for the. And
I see what you're
never
saying.
seen it.
Okay. All right.
But she was right there.
She was right there. Oh.
But anyway, so like little stuff like that, I try to help out. But it's, I think like as far as like the other parent, you feel as though like, all right, well, I don't want to say it like that's your child. It's your child, so it's more stuff you're going to do.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
I get that. Yeah.
It's just naturally, it's more stuff that you're going to do, and it's like if I can help out, I'll help out.
Mm-hmm.
But at times, I can see how she feel. It might be,
Yeah.
she might be single in a relationship, but I try to help.
Mm-hmm. And then I could her being a little girl too.
Yeah, like
that's
it's
that's
a lot
probably.
you
I mean, of
can't-
course, if it was a little boy, I'm sure
Yeah,
a mother
it'd be
going to still
different.
be
Yeah.
monitoring the situation, but that make it a little more difficult for you to
Right.
be able to fill in with like the bathing and the dressing and that kind
Exactly.
of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
would
it's I mean, it's a fine line because you also had to like that's not my child, but at the same time you always want to help. And then there's people, it's that example. Then there's people too that's like I say that's both of y'all child, right?
Mhm.
And one person just doing everything, and the other person
that's
just
totally.
not.
Yeah, that's,
And it's just like this old way of thinking that like men just providers, so like men just get up and go to work, come home, I make the money, you take care of the kids. Like,
Right.
yeah. The bill pay, the kids is
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I know there's a lot of women saying that they go through that, like where they just like,
Wow.
I'm doing everything for the baby and he just paying the bills or whatever like that. Or being in a situation where like the father or the man only could do well in the relationship. Like I only know how to be a dad when I'm with you.
So that's interesting you said
Yeah,
that because I remember a situation where I was kind of surprised by this dynamic. Like there was somebody like, they had kids, right? There were a couple, they had kids together. But when the dad, like if the mom made plans, like she would have to find a babysitter. But those were his biological kids.
Yeah.
So I remember whenever it came up, I would be a little surprised. Like, it's one thing if these are not his children, because again, as a mother, you just want to make sure your kids are safe, and maybe you just feel more comfortable with the kids going to your mom's or your sisters or whatever. But if these are his kids, why do you have to find a babysitter?
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
that always bothered me. Again, I don't have any children. However, when and if I do have children, like I want to be with someone who, if I need to have a girls' night or just some me time, it's like, oh yeah, babe, I got the kids. Ain't even a question. Like, do what you need to do. Not let me find us a babysitter so we both can have alone time. Because that's kind of what it was given for me. Like, oh, if you going out, then I'm going out.
a lot of men do that like as a way of still feeling like they can control the situation. Like, no, you ain't going out and have fun. Like,
Wow.
you gotta find a babysitter. I'm not watching that kid. Like, I know a lot of
And it's their kids.
Yeah, I know a lot of situations
Wow.
like that. Like they won't watch the kid because they don't want the woman to
The
have
woman to
fun
go
or
nowhere or something like
be
that.
going out and enjoy their life.
That's terrible.
It's like a way of still controlling.
Like you said, it's control.
Yeah,
And I think that's really unfortunate
it's
because
crazy.
even to your point, again, I don't have children, but I've been an aunt for a long time, and I'm a hands-on auntie, so I was been changing diapers for a long time. And, I've got to, of course, see my siblings and their relationships or co-parenting relationships. And even talking to my mom about it, like we talk about how it's just naturally the mother does more.
Yeah.
Even if the dad is in the house.
Yeah.
Like we talked about this, I think last episode where it was a joke where the kids will see dad. Well, dad, where's mom? Like, you know, because I want mom to handle it. Like, you know, you here and I can ask you, but I'm used to mommy.
Right.
So it's like, that's an interesting component also when you have a marriage, when you just my mom is naturally going to do more. They carried this baby for 9 months. I think babies, you know, or just little kids are naturally more attached to their moms, little girls and little boys.
Right.
So I wonder, like, at what point does it get to like normal mother attachment or duties to now, all right, I'm doing what you're supposed to be doing as a dad. You know, now I'm doing like too much.
Yeah. I think sometimes people just be detached. Like, I mean, I think that's why you gotta see if people really want kids. Some people
that's so
be
true,
having kids with you because they couldn't afford the money to get rid of the kid, or they couldn't,
or like
they thought you wanted.
Yeah,
it's a control thing over you. So it's like I just had this kids with you to sit you down. Now you ain't having you not going nowhere or whatever like that. So it'd be a manipulation to it though.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, that's definitely a real thing.
That's terrible.
And then it's just like I think men don't think they like supposed to change when kids come around because it's like men like to like spit this out like, oh, you a mom now, you supposed to carry yourself away, but you a dad too.
Remember the whole Keke Palmer situation? Yeah. You a mom, no?
Yeah, like even me, like I was a big take the car seat out the back seat when I go out type thing.
Are you serious?
Now it's just like it's just in there.
But
like,
why? Like,
because it's just like you just didn't want to have me like you never know what's gonna happen. You might need that space in your car, like, and you got the car seat in the back seat. Like,
so they like, oh, you a dad? Oh, you got kids?
And then you just like, damn, you got how little your kid is if you got a car seat. Like, don't let the car seat be facing the back way. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I got the booster seat in the car right now.
I used to be like, why you got the car seat in the trunk? Like, oh. I was driving tonight. But some of that stuff though, you just gotta carry yourself as a man, as a father too. Like at a certain point, like you can't do certain stuff. I think we only look at that as like being a protector. Like, as long as you can protect your kids, like. If somebody messing with you, you can come get me. They ain't the only job. Like,
it's not, or I pay for everything.
Yeah, or I pay for
it's
everything. Yeah,
communication, right?
Yeah.
It's talking, like,
emotion.
I mean, we talked about this when I was a guest on a pod, like what, 2+ years ago now? That joint was crazy how long ago that was. But we touched on it, just the importance of emotional connection.
Or just like, I think, and I heard somebody say this, like sometimes women don't know. Like, because let's use you for example. You're not a mother, so you can't really tell how good a guy is as a father. Because
I think I can know.
Yeah. Well, because I think you can too, but go ahead.
I say that for a few reasons. One, because I've been an aunt for a real long time. Like I said, right? Like I have 2 older brothers. Me and my oldest brother are 10 years apart.
Right.
And he had a child, my nephew, in his early 20s. So I was like 12 or 13 when he had his first son.
Okay.
And then my siblings just kept having kids. So now I have 9 nieces and nephews.
Okay.
And so because I have 2 brothers, you know, they have mothers to their children. And then I have my sister who has her husband. So like there's definitely things that I've seen or been told or heard or witnessed that give me, you know, and then again, if I have like my brothers are good fathers, you know what I'm saying? I see what it takes.
All right, well, I'm not gonna use your example.
Because I feel like I have too many kids. I got too many kids around me for sure.
Well, some person was saying was like, you know, you see a person, they take care of their kids from afar, and they don't really bring their kids around you because sometimes the baby mom don't want the kids around you. So you just assume that you know when they not around you, they are a good dad.
Yeah,
and you just assume that, you know. And also, like, it depends on what sex you have of a child. Like, you might be a good, you might be good to a boy. You might can be a good boy father, but you can't be that well. You're not gentle enough for a little girl or stuff like that. And I tell people all the time, with parenting, it's just like evolving. Like, you don't know what you're doing. Like you learning that. Like
there's no handbook.
I guess women have like a little nurturing to them more than we do, but ain't like she learned how to make a bottle and you didn't. Like ain't nothing chemically in her genes to let her know that. I don't know.
Well, it kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is like a mother thing. Yeah, it's like a
But like,
it's 4 ounces to a bottle though. Still,
especially for a guy that never had who didn't have a father. It's like a father figure. So me knowing how to be a father was all hands on, like on the job training.
Like for real.
You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't taught. I mean, I had uncles and cousins, but
check
they
the
wasn't
satellite
really,
gang.
But that's different.
Check the satellites. But yeah, so yeah, everything was on the job training with me too. So,
On
but
the
I was
job
hands on. I was taking my kids the appointments and stuff, buy my stuff. Had
Oh.
what's the little thing? The little
carrier
thing you put up?
joint?
Yeah, I'm walking down
For
Broad
real?
Street. Yeah, that was me for my daughter. All
Yeah.
that stuff went down the drain for the boy.
Oh, your daughter must have been the first one, huh?
Yeah, she was the first
She
one.
was the guinea pig.
But that's what they tell you though. Men only know how to be like a lot of men only know how to father in a relationship. Like once you separate it, like
Wow.
and some of that be the ants because people don't understand it. Like we're not gonna be together.
How was that transition for you?
I
It was
about to
easy
say.
for me. Like because I knew what I was gonna be, regardless of what my situation is. I always told myself I'm gonna be a good father.
Exactly.
So that might always change of like being with a person or not being with a person. But my kid's mother know that I'm just gonna be a good father.
Yeah.
And she might take that for granted a little bit, but she just know like I'm always be a good father. So it's like it's nothing she gonna really put on my plate
But
that
it-
I can't do, and that she know that I'm not gonna want to do. Like I wouldn't sit there and say she can say like, "Oh, can you take him to the doctors?" As their father, I'm gonna always say, "Yeah," even if I feel like, "Oh, I don't really want to take my
Yeah, of
daughter
course,
to the
yeah.
doctors,"
Or I did it the
whatever
last
like that.
time. Why you
Yeah,
can't do it? Yeah,
exactly.
it's
So,
not- yeah.
but like, I think whatever when you being a father and a man, whatever requires you to do, that's when you just step up to it.
It do
Especially
be
when
times
that-
where
yeah.
like work and stuff get in the way though.
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
Like the time aspect of being a
Yeah,
father.
yeah.
You might lose less time because you working so hard and this, that, and the third. So it do be times like that where that get in the way, but you gotta find a balance.
And that's the thing that really weigh on like your mental as a man is because like it always tip the scale. You feel like you provide and
Yeah.
you're trying to do what you need to provide, but at the same time
You got to spend that time, that quality time.
And I
too.
think a lot of men wrestle with that, especially men who do well for themselves. It's like, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to be home, or you want
or you want
me
the
to
bills
provide?
paid.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
if you want to get on that vacation, or you want to go and you want 50 presents under the tree, I can't be here all
You
day.
can't be-
You can't
yeah,
have both.
yeah.
And I think a lot of time is a hard like scale of balance, even with you, because when my kids was little, like they didn't realize like, I'm going for a reason. They just know you going.
They just know you
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Yeah. And of course, that hopefully it's a situation where parents can communicate. And I think we talked about this the last time.
Yeah.
The parents can communicate not only with each other, but like to their children.
Yeah,
If they're
what's
old
going
enough to
on.
understand like
Right.
why daddy isn't here.
Right.
And also, like you said, just try to balance it out, which I understand it's a really hard balance. Like,
Yeah.
I want to provide for my kids. I want to get them things I never had, but I also want to spend time with them and give them also things I never had, like the talks and the memories and all of that. So, and I really appreciate these conversations. I mean, it's crazy to say this, but I do want to be a mother, and I say that's crazy because for a long time I was very like indifferent to it because I think I was an auntie for at a young age. So it was like I know what babies are like.
Right.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
I had this question asked. I was talking to somebody about it, and they said that the woman's clock to settle down is faster than the man's clock, because if you want to
Faster?
because if you want to be a mother, if you want to be married and a mother the right way, like the traditional way of I want to meet a man or I want to meet a spouse and I want to get married and then I want to have a child, that puts you on a faster acceleration clock, because like once you hit 30, it's like I don't know how long I got.
Like the chances and all that?
chances to have a kid. 'Cause
So-
they said like 34 is like a high risk.
It's
pregnant.
not.
Okay.
As a registered nurse and also someone that worked 5 years in women's health, after 34, they do consider you, which is so crazy, like advanced maternal age or like a geriatric pregnancy.
Yeah.
However, that does not mean that you're automatically more high risk or, all right, I got to have a baby like tomorrow or I'm not going to be able to. Like
Right.
I've known people that have had their babies late 30s, early 40s. And of course, that depends on your health, making sure you
I
in good
believe my
health.
aunt had my cousin at 40.
At 40 years. So it's not unheard of. It's just that it changes in terms of like the medical field. Like there's certain things that they may want to pay more attention to if you're over a certain age.
Right.
Me personally, like I just said, I never envisioned being a mother. And I'm going to be so honest with you. Like, some little girls grow up knowing they want to be a mom. Like my mom, for instance, she told me she had a lot of like dolls when she was younger because she just always knew she wanted to nurture kids and stuff. And I never had that thought. So within the last like 2 years, I don't know what happened where I just had this like kind of yearning for it. However, I'm not rushing because of my age at all. Like
Okay.
if it gets to the point where I don't meet anybody, and for me, it's not about tradition as much as it's about just realness. You know what I'm saying? Like if I could trust the person and we have conversations that I feel comfortable with, and I've, something I'm praying about, and I feel like, all right, he might be the one, and things happen out of order. I don't think I would be opposed to that, but I would have to feel very, 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 very comfortable, because some things I do want to, I just want to have a little more security,
Right.
and not saying you could, just because you married,
Understandable.
it's going to work out, but
Yeah,
I just
exactly.
want a little more security. So
right.
for me, it's not about like, oh, I'm 33, I need to hurry up. I'll wait patiently. And again, I have plenty of babies around and
You
plenty
come
of
watch my
kids.
daughter.
Bring her over.
Let me ask you this question, Hev. Who you think is more harder to impress, women or men?
I think men, and the reason being, to me, not all women, but most women.
Oh boy.
Most women it's like a prototype. You see the body, the BBL, the chest, the makeup, all this
Visual,
stuff.
yeah.
The visual. They all pretty much look the same. So to impress us, it has to be something different.
I don't got no BBL though.
That's why I looked at you. Said not all women.
It started with that. not
Yeah,
all.
I led with that. I led with that.
Most like.
But yeah, a lot of them nowadays is they running the same. It's like the same discount. Everybody going to get the same thing. And it's like, all right, what's past that? What's past the looks? Because that's not doing nothing to us no more. She looked the same way as you. She looked the same way as you. You know what I'm saying?
So you think a woman have a harder time
to
impressing
impress
a man?
us?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I
That's
didn't
my
ever
thought
think
on
about
that.
it like
Yeah.
that. That's a good point. What you think?
I think it's harder for. I guess I would agree. I think it's harder for women. No, I think it's harder. Yeah, I think it's harder for women to impress men because all men need is money. Honestly,
To impress women.
to impress women, yeah, all men need is money.
Some
Not all
women.
women.
Not all women. Not
Right,
all
thank
women.
you, Hayes.
Not all
You see
women.
me?
Not
We
all
was
women.
right
I had
on
to
it.
get you.
Some women.
Some women, but I'm just saying, like, so, like, all right, I'm gonna use this example. Like, when you making a checklist of what you require from a woman, and that's not everybody checklist, but majority people checklist. When you talk about the looks, education, beliefs, whatever the
Yeah.
case may be, if they have all of them and don't have money,
It's
it's still
like,
okay
wah,
with you.
wah.
No, it's still okay for men. It's still okay for men.
I'm sorry,
For
you
men,
saying
yeah.
that
Yeah,
the
for
woman?
men.
Oh yeah,
For men,
yeah.
it's still
Oh,
okay
yeah,
for men. If you just
absolutely.
beautiful and you all this stuff, but you don't have no money, it's still okay
yeah,
for men.
oh,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Now on the flip side,
Oh yeah,
if you got all that stuff, you got good beliefs, you're a religious person,
but you don't got no money.
but you don't have no money.
But listen, but as a man, how are you okay not having no money?
It's not. No, I'm not. They might not be okay with it at all. But that's just the reality of the fact. They don't
we
have
also
nothing right
talking
now.
about like how much money we talk.
Yeah,
like,
I get
'cause
that.
Some I feel like there are some women who the standards be like, girl.
But you cannot. You can't even like. What like Head was saying, like we so visual that you can meet a woman, and before you know any of her credentials, you know that you like her because of her appearance.
Yeah.
That earns a date. That like that gets a date, and that
Okay.
gets you that get money out your pocket to spend a date and try to see if you like a person.
Yeah.
But if a man like you, even if he don't have no money, he can offer you a date. But if he ain't got no money to take you nowhere or anything like
right.
that, like nobody wants the first romantic date. Like, oh, he just took me for a picnic. But girl, he broke. he did something thoughtful. He just
Yeah.
went for coffee.
Yeah.
I was hungry though. Like,
Right. Exactly.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no, I definitely understand that.
So I think it's way more harder for what I say. I said men
For
Men, because
for women to impress
women
men.
to impress men because men like that sound backwards, don't it?
Well, I don't know, cause yeah, maybe
It's
But I knew
harder
what you
because
meant.
men only need women. If men have money, they can
no,
impress women.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, Hev said it's harder to impress men.
yeah, yeah.
Are you saying it's harder to impress men?
I think it's harder to impress women because you need more than just money.
Got you. Who is it harder to impress? I think. I mean, of course, it depends on what you're personally looking for, too. I mean,
Yeah, I
there's
got
so
that,
many
of
different,
course.
like, little
Yeah.
nuances with this. But, like, let's say I'm trying to generalize it. I kind of feel like it's harder for men to impress women. At least women, the type of woman that I am.
Yeah. That's
You
what I
know.
was saying. Yeah, because you have to do like you gotta have something that unique about you.
You do,
Yeah.
and for me, like money is not at the top of the list. I need a man that's a provider.
What are you gonna provide
Well,
without money?
You're right.
What do you
No,
provide
I
without
guess, you know
money?
what?
That's why I said it's so
I'm sorry,
harder
let me
for
back
men.
up.
Yeah,
I meant
yeah.
certain amounts of money. Like, of course, I mean, I want him to have as much money as he can have, right?
Yeah.
But like, it's not like, oh, he got to have 6 figures. He got to be making 6 figures kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because he may be well on his way to 6 figures. He might not be there right now, but he getting there. So I'm sorry, let me bring that back. Yes, money, of course, is a requirement. I feel like in both cases, you should have a woman that is making a few dollars also.
Right.
I just think that's a part of being a responsible adult.
So, Taka, I asked you a 50-50 woman?
No.
No.
Shit.
Why do we always have to do this? We've been doing real good today, right?
But that's
Right?
when you said you needed. So if the man got to pay for everything, you need a provider.
She said provided that.
I said a provider.
But it don't
Okay,
have to
first
be. He don't need to make 6 figures. If I'm gonna take care of your bills and mine, I'm gonna need 6 figures.
I mean, I want you to have 6 figures, but eventually,
But not necessarily to.
That's why I said
it don't gotta be. I mean, because we gonna work today. Like,
Yeah, I
I
get
need
that.
you. You know what I'm trying to say? Like for me, what I expect in a man. Yes, you have to be making a good amount of money to provide.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many other things though, like, you know, that like I want you to be a God-fearing man. Now, I don't need a preacher's kid. I don't need, because I'm a different type of Christian. Okay. So,
Right.
you know, it's not like I want that performative, you know, God is good every 2 seconds coming out your mouth. Like, no, I don't
all
want
the
that.
time.
You know, he is good, absolutely, but let's talk.
That's dope.
You know,
down
let's,
a little bit.
you know,
take
it
unloosen
down
the
a
tie a little bit.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Down, we can't be all stiff with it and
yeah.
all hypocritical and corny. No.
What are you doing?
Right, exactly. Like, oh, you have tattoos.
I'm gonna tell the deacon.
And I'm just saying, like, I say I'm a different kind of Christian because I know I look different. Like, I have tattoos, I have piercings.
Right.
Like, I'm a little different. So I want somebody to kind of match that energy. Like, we still want to have a good time and travel, but we know that God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the original question. I feel like it's hard for men to impress women because
You need money. Because you need money.
Well,
if
no,
you don't,
because if-
you can, I see so many girls with ugly guys. I see with so many girls with like guys that just like handicaps, all types of stuff. Not saying there's
what's
something wrong with
so
it.
the
I'm not
disabled
saying
can't
it,
be in a
but
relationship?
no, but a lot of times it be for money.
Oh, because they get the check.
Yeah,
Oh,
not even that they
wow.
get the check, but it's okay
I didn't
to
even
look.
think about that.
It's not even that though. It's just okay. I can look past a couple things if the money is there. I don't think.
So it just depends on what we looking past.
But even what
'Cause
you
we
even
can't-
no, but even what you said you need a provider. So Ty
What
said she
we
needs
looking
somebody to be able to take care
But
of her.
what exactly are we? So it's funny we talking about this because I kind of had this conversation today. Stop laughing. Because
I'm
we need to
trying.
know what we looking past. Because I can look past, for instance, like, okay, I like a man that can put a nice look together. Okay, I don't want to be worried. Like if you come to pick me up, we going out. I don't want to be worried about what you got on. I don't.
right.
Now it don't have to be. I'm not talking about labels, right? I'm talking about just
Talking about well put together.
well put together,
Right, exactly.
Smelling good, hygiene. You got your haircut, all of the things.
Right.
So let's say your looks,
But you
need-
could dress.
no, you can't dress.
You can't dress,
Let's say
yeah,
you
yeah.
got all the things, but your style.
So he can have money and can't dress, and it's like, nah.
I'm not gonna say he can't dress, but to me that's something we could work on. It
Okay.
like if I'm your lady,
I
I'm like,
agree.
you know what I'm trying to say?
That's why I said money the biggest thing for men. If you have money and you can provide, then everything else is workable.
No, but I think besides money, you can't be toxic. You can't be disrespectful because you got money. Because there's a lot of men who feel like because they got money,
I hear
they
that
can
too.
control,
Yeah.
they can
I hear that
disrespect, they
anyway.
can possess, and it's not good, you know? So I wouldn't agree that money
But that's
is...
speaking to your perspective though. Some women, they prioritize money so high that they devalue themselves
and-
in the fact like
Yeah.
Facts.
they take a lot of stuff like you hear the sayings I know he cheap but he come home to me.
Yeah, I have
that
heard
lives
that,
in
yeah.
that lives in I make
lot
enough
of-
money to say what I want.
A lot of sports
Basically.
wives.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. It's
What
like
you
you
say?
live
A lot of sports
wives. Yeah, they live
Yeah,
a
they
lifestyle
live
where
like
like
that.
Where
I'm
he
well,
could do whatever he
he
wants
can do whatever
as long
he
as
want. Yeah.
I don't.
And then you meet some
subscribe.
people say, "Oh yeah, I wouldn't date no rapper. I wouldn't date no athlete or things like that because it just come with the lifestyle.
Yeah,
It's just yeah.
Yeah, to each his own for sure.
Yeah.
But it's so many different takes.
Would
on
you
it.
date a man that don't have a car?
No,
See,
because how are we getting to the date?
but would you date a woman that don't have a car?
Would I date a woman? Yeah.
It's not a big deal at
Because
all.
again, as a man, you need
You
to
gonna be-
provide.
You got a car though, but how will we get to the date? You can drive us.
I'm not providing for you. I'm
That's what I'm
providing your
saying.
transportation.
A man has to have so
A man
many
has to
things.
provide. What do you need to provide? You need to have money. You need to
He can
provide
provide gas money.
transportation.
He provide gas money.
He could provide an Uber or he could rent a car.
So if you have a car,
maybe he could rent a car.
she had a car and she gonna make you get an Uber. That would tell me everything I need to know about you
Because
right
who
then
said
and
I
there.
want to drive? Let's say we going out.
Let
Who
me
said
drive.
I-
Let me drive your car.
Let me drive.
I'm
me drive it,
passenger
babe. Move on.
princess.
Let
I'm
me
letting
drive
y'all know
then. Would
right
you
now.
let somebody
I'm
drive?
passenger princess. I drive, but I'm
Yeah.
passenger princess for
So
sure.
you can't drive your car?
First date.
If his
date.
car was in the shop, yeah.
Oh, he gonna lie to you
You
and tell you
hear
his
this?
car in the shop.
And that's
anyway.
fine as long as eventually he get one. Like, all right, I gotta hurry up and get this.
But
whip.
that's what I'm saying. Like some things is like basic stuff. Like men gotta have his own place, and a man gotta have his own place, and he gotta have his own car before he even talk about money, because then he already off your list. And if he not off your list, your girlfriend's taking him off your list for you.
For me, if you don't you have to at least have match what I have.
Okay, but that's not what's the case for women. Like you don't have to.
I know.
For
a guy
me
that-
What's your
personally.
requirements? Like
For me,
yeah,
I'm very loose.
Wait, what?
men bare minimum. Men is
You said you
men is-
loose?
yeah, men is
I don't-
very bare minimum. Like
But so I've
Like, you
seen
ask
this,
a man,
but
you
I've
ask-
seen this on social media. But I also feel like it is a difference there because I think masculine men, right? Like I'm talking about a healthy masculine man, not a toxic masculine man, like sport.
you ask a guy what's first on their list, he gotta have a fat ass.
See, I ain't even.
Yeah, but
Don't get in trouble, man.
yeah, right. Had to stop talking. It just got real silent. But
Yeah, I had to think what was going on.
It's been a while.
Oh man.
But I'm just saying, like, you need certain things to be a man, and this.
But as a healthy masculine man, these are
And
things
then they
you
tell
should
you
want
society.
for yourself. Why don't you want these things for yourself?
You do want these things for yourself. But if you don't have them, you can't. Society tell you can't date.
Yeah, because your priorities is off. Your priorities is off.
So
Why
you
are we-
got
why
so
are
the
we-
world telling
listen,
the world
listen.
telling people that if you don't have a car, you don't have your own place. You need to stay alone until you get all that.
Absolutely. If you're a certain age, yes.
My God.
I know
Because I
this
think your
guy where I
priorities are
work at
wrong.
that got what's that? Stingray.
What's that?
Car.
You know, I'm gonna be quiet because that's going.
I was like the fish.
He still what's the name? He's
Because I was about to go in and I don't know if they watch or not. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we got to stop
He
that.
rusty. He rusty.
no, yeah.
He rusty.
I was about to say no. I know a guy that has a nice car, really nice car that attracts a lot of women, but he lives with his folk
Oh, wow.
and he's still getting women like
Because yeah,
off of the attraction
Of the
women.
car.
that's wild, man.
I guess because the car, I guess, makes you think you have
Yeah, he
money.
got
Got all the money.
yeah. That's not.
That's probably a lie. Like, yeah.
Yeah, nah. Like we gotta go to your
No,
house.
he going to their house. And the basement. It's access to the basement.
Yeah, nah. But that's why. That's why
got his
I don't
own-
know.
he gon-
For me, it's
Allegedly.
I can't get caught up in a
He
superficial
got a
thing.
base tail. Okay. He
Yeah,
got
he
one of them
got-
base tails.
He got a nice
Hotels in the
yeah,
basement.
In the basement.
To
I
each his
remember when I
own.
was younger, I always wanted that.
Yeah, I got my own entrance. Yeah.
Come to the basement.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all.
Live and you learn.
I'm not the type to say he got to have a certain type of something. Cause
You
then-
said he had to pay all the bills, but I'm toxic.
but that's if we married. Like that's if we in a situation.
Yeah. So
Like
what you do with your money?
A committed situation.
What you do with your money if I'm paying all the bills?
Investing.
I always want to ask people, yeah, for us or
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because I want us to be on that type time.
Oh,
like
alright.
we business minded.
I never get a chance to ask people when they say they want the man to pay all the bills. I always
Yeah,
want to
no,
know
I mean,
what
we
they
invest in.
what
Of
they
course,
do with their money.
of course, I'm doing stuff around the house. I probably will shop for him.
Oh, all right. I like. Yeah,
Right?
I like that. Yeah.
You know, don't worry about shop. Like I got you. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, it's not like I'm
You-
banking all my money and not spending none
Oh,
on my
all right.
man.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
Your woman buy you nice stuff? Like if you let her pick it out herself? Oh, all right. That's good to know. Not every woman can do that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta know what he like.
Yeah,
I'm about to say, I think we've been long enough for her to know what I like.
yeah. Give me a gift card. Some people be like, just buy me a
Yeah,
gift
right.
card.
Because
Yeah,
I don't trust your
or bring the
judgment.
receipt. Yeah.
Bring me the gift receipt.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know how much.
appreciate it. Yeah,
or I'm gonna
exactly.
find out how much you paid when I need to exchange it. Like, I can get that, but I can't get that. Or
Yeah. But this episode 79.
79.
The DI
Hey,
Dads in
y'all.
Progress
We back.
podcast.
Well, not that we've been gone, but
I mean, yeah, we've been live and all that. We've been
I
around.
know. But when did we last record? Was that
It was a while ago.
That was
Before
a
the
while ago.
party. Yeah.
so? Was that July?
They was calling us party promoters. We wasn't even.
My
we
No,
God.
that
wasn't
was
even
May.
podcast.
So yeah, it
promoters.
had to be July.
It was June. It was June.
It wasn't May.
It was June
Not
and
a
we
party.
dropped in July.
The game night was in May, so it had to be July, right?
It was June and we dropped in May.
July.
The
It's
end
been
of
June since we've been together, like in the
That's
same.
crazy. Wow,
as
I
far
didn't
as
know it was that
recording.
long. But we back and we're going to be consistent, right? We said
Yeah, for sure.
monthly
We
now.
on deck, man.
We got some exciting things coming for y'all. We continue to appreciate all the support.
For sure.
If y'all know anyone that could benefit from the pod, some of the things that we're talking about, please
Send it to your man.
Yeah, let them know. Even your lady. I mean,
send it to your
we got a
lady.
lady. I'm
Better
not a dad,
perspective.
but I'm in progress. Okay. I got some things coming on my own for the ladies. So, fellas, if y'all have a lady who just, I don't know, need to
still got
join
the
a
dip
sisterhood,
Yeah,
refer
we
her
got
to the
we
pod,
got
please.
The dip hotline coming back.
Oh, is it?
What men can do coming back.
Okay.
What else we got? Likes, subscribe, share.
All the things, y'all.
Yeah, do that.
And have you still remember your slogan, man?
Yeah, I believe so. As long as you're in progress, you're not failing, man. It's the dip.
It's the DI.
We out there.
All right, y'all. We see y'all next time.